Okay, let's start with one of our favorites, I Ain't Gonna Paint No More. The author is Karen Beaumont and the illustrator is David Caro. Do you remember what the author does? That's right, they write the words. And what does the illustrator do? The illustrator draws the pictures. That's right. You guys are so smart. All right, let's get going here. I ain't gonna paint no more. One day my mama caught me painting pictures on the floor and the ceiling and the walls and the curtains and the door. And I heard my mama holler like I never did before. Ya ain't a-gonna paint no more. He had to have a bath and his poor dog had to have a bath. Ooh, what a mess. I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. And his mama put the paint way high up in the closet so he can't get it. That's what I say, but there ain't no way that I ain't gonna paint no more. So he makes his own ladder with all different things. And he climbs up and gets the paint. So I take some red and I paint my head. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Oh, heck. Oh, what the heck? Gonna paint my neck. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Still, I just can't rest till I paint my chest. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Guess there ain't no harm if I paint my arm. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. But I just can't stand not to paint my hand. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Then I see some black, so I paint my back. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Like an Easter egg, gonna paint my leg. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Still, I ain't complete till I paint my feet. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Ooh, getting pretty messy. I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. But I'm such a nut, gonna paint my what? Y'all don't faint, cause there ain't no paint, so I ain't gonna paint no more. And he had to have another bath. That's 2 baths in one day, along with his poor puppy. So that's the end of that story. Good morning. Hi, guys. Okay, today we're going to read another favorite. Who am I kidding? They're all our favorites. Franklin is Bossy by Paulette Bougeot and Brenda Clark. Franklin the turtle could zip zippers and button buttons. He could count by 2s and tie his shoes. He had lots of friends and one best friend named Bear. They played tag and marbles, hopscotch and ball, but one day something awful happened. Franklin and Bear had a fight. It was a steamy summer morning. Franklin told his friends, "Let's play marbles," and they did. After a while, Franklin said, "I'm tired of marbles. Let's have a race." "We always pick your games," grumbled Bear. Franklin paid no attention. They started to run. Bear was in the lead. Goose followed close behind. Franklin saw that he was losing and cried out, "Slowest one wins," as he crawled across the finish line. "That's not fair," said Bear. Franklin ignored him. "I'm tired of running. Let's play baseball." Bear did not put on his mitt. He did not put on his cap. He was mad. "It's too hot. I don't want to play," said Bear. "Me neither," said Beaver. "It's not too hot," said Franklin. Is too, said Bear. Is not, said Franklin. I don't want to play with you, Franklin, shouted Bear. And I don't want to play with you either, Franklin shouted back. Franklin stomped all the way home. What's wrong? Asked his father. There's no one to play with, answered Franklin. Maybe your friends will come by later, said Franklin's father. Maybe, he said. In his room, Franklin built a castle. He made a cape to be brave in. He made shields and swords and suits of armor. He drew pictures. He played house. He read stories. He played by himself for 1 whole hour, and then he didn't know what to do. So Franklin went looking for company. His friends were in the river cooling off. Are you still hot? He asked. No, they answered. Then let's play ball, said Franklin. Before anyone had a chance to say a word, Franklin started giving orders. Bear, you play first base. Goose and Beaver, you go to the outfield. I'll be the pitcher. No way, shouted Bear. I don't want to play with you. You are too bossy. All of Franklin's friends nodded. Bear's right, they said. Franklin turned his back and went home. There's no one to play with and nothing much to do. So he helped his father all afternoon. They weeded the garden and washed the floors, and they made supper for Mole because he was sick. You're a good friend, Mole told Franklin's father. On the way home, Franklin asked, Do you and Mole have fights? Sometimes, said Franklin's father, but we always make up. Franklin played alone for another whole day. He missed Bear and all his friends, and he had lots of time to think. He would go to Bear and apologize. Franklin and Bear met on the bridge. I was going to your house, said Franklin. And I was going to your house, said Bear. I'm sorry, said Franklin. It was all my fault. No, it was my fault, said Bear. Mine, said Franklin. No, mine, said Bear. Stop, shouted Beaver, who was listening under the bridge. This is silly. Beaver slapped her tail so hard that Franklin and Bear jumped. They started to giggle. Friends? Asked Franklin. Friends, said Bear. Beaver wanted to play baseball. Bear and Goose and Duck agreed. They were picking teams when Franklin insisted on being the pitcher again. All together, his friends shouted, No fair, Franklin! Franklin knew they were right. He couldn't always be pitcher. It was his turn to play in the outfield. And it wasn't so bad, for although Franklin didn't catch a single ball, he did catch lots of flies. The Invisible String by Patrice Karst. Liza and Jeremy the twins were asleep one calm and quiet night. Suddenly it began to rain very hard. Thunder rumbled until it got so loud that it woke them up. Mommy, Mommy, they cried as they ran to her. Don't worry, you two. It's just the storm making all that noise. Go back to bed. We want to stay close to you, said Jeremy. We're scared. Mom said, You know we're always together no matter what. But how can we be together when you're out here and we're in bed, said Liza. Mom held something up in front of them. This is how. Rubbing their sleepy eyes, the twins came closer to see what Mom was holding. I was about your age when my mommy first told me about the invisible string. I don't see a string, said Jeremy. You don't need to see the invisible string. People who love each other are always connected by a very special string made of love. But if you can't see it, how do you know it's there? Asked Liza. Even though you can't see it with your eyes, you can feel it with your heart and know that you are always connected to everyone you love. When you're at school and you miss me, your love travels all the way along the string until I feel it tug on my heart. And when you tug it right back, we feel it in our hearts, said Jeremy. Does Jasper the cat have an invisible string? Liza asked. She sure does, said Mom. And best friends like me and Lucy? Asked Liza. Best friends too. How far can the string reach? Anywhere and everywhere, Mom said. Would it reach me even if I were a submarine captain deep in the ocean? Asked Jeremy. Yes, said Mom, even there. Or a mountain climber? Even there. A dancer in France? Even there. A jungle explorer? Even there. How about an astronaut out in space? Yes, even there. Then Jeremy quietly asked, can the string reach all the way to Uncle Brian in heaven? Yes, even there. Does the string go away when you're mad at us? Never, said Mom. Love is stronger than anger, and as long as love is in your heart, the string will always be there. Even when you get older and can't agree about things like what movie to see, or what game to play in the back seat, or what time to go to bed. Oh, that's right, you two should be in bed. And with that, they all laughed as Mom chased the twins back to bed. Within a few minutes, they were asleep, even though the storm was still making the same loud noises outside. As they slept, they started dreaming of all the invisible strings they have, and all the strings their friends have, and their friends have, and their friends have, until everyone in the world is connected. And from deep inside, they now could clearly see. No one is ever alone.